Hey, what up, YouTube? So I just found out Nike has decided to stop supporting the Adapt app, and they will be removing it from the app stores after only 5 short years. I love my Adapt app, and it's literally the reason I bought 2 pairs of these sneakers. It helps me save multiple fits, individually adjust the laces on each shoe, check the battery status of each shoe, lace and unlace them hands-free, and it lets me choose between different color light shows depending on the vibe. It's a fun app, and I use it every time I wear my Adapt sneakers. But now it's going away because Nike decided it's not worth their time. I've already done 2 in-depth videos about Adapt Tech, and I'll put the links in those in the description and at the end of this video. But hang out with me for a few minutes and I'll tell you everything you need to know regarding what the future holds for your Adapt kicks. Okay, let's get started. So I went to put on my infrared pair a couple days ago, and when I opened the app to pair the shoes, I received a notification that Nike will be retiring the app soon. This was super disappointing, and I had so many questions. How will I program my lights? How will I save my fits? And how will I check the battery status of each shoe? This feels so deceitful when you consider that most people paid over $400 and some over $700 for these sneakers. And a big part of those sales were due to the value proposition of having the accompanying app. But now they plan to remove it from both Apple and Android app stores. So what does this mean for the thousands and thousands of people who spent a lot of money on Adapt sneakers and have been using their tech since 2019? It means you're screwed. But what up with that? I know exactly what up with that. But before I tell you, please consider to like this video and subscribing to my channel. It will make a big difference. Thank you. Now let's dig in. I'll start by reading their official announcement. It reads as follows. Nike Adapt app retirement. We released the Adapt BB, the self-lacing basketball shoe, along with its companion Adapt app in 2019. After 5 years, we're retiring the Adapt app and removing it from the Apple and Android stores globally on August 6, 2024. Don't worry, your Adapt shoes will continue to work without the app. Thanks for that reassurance, Nike, but I am worried. Then they go on to explain how to manage all of the features of the app by using the 2 buttons on the sneakers. Get ready, because this is where it really starts to suck. For starters, they mentioned in their announcement that they are no longer creating new versions of Adapt shoes. Okay, whatever. But again, what about the thousands of people who already bought them? Do we no longer matter now that you have our money? Is it really that hard to maintain a relatively simple app for a massive group of customers that are clearly invested in your brand? Think about it. Nike is a company worth over $150 billion, and that's thanks to us, the consumers who buy their products. They have an army of tech developers on staff, and they can easily afford to pay even a junior developer to update the app every couple of years to comply with simple code requirements from Apple and Android. Not only would they not even notice the cost, but it would make a huge difference to the thousands of suckers who paid a lot of money to adopt their tech. Seriously, looking at all these pairs of Adapt sneakers makes me think of just how many people spent their hard-earned money to buy these for themselves, their kids, their loved ones, all based on a promise from Nike that they can adjust and control their kicks using their phone. Again, it is literally the reason why I bought 2 pairs. And nowhere did it say when I bought them that they will only maintain the app for 5 years. Nike, I know you have developers on payroll. Are they all really so busy they can't manage to perform simple system updates from time to time? That's all they need to do, and it's really not a big deal. Ask any experienced app developer. Considering the size of Nike, the cost would be completely negligible. So, let's go over Nike's Impractical Solutions for using all the features without the app. Number 1, to power them on, press and hold any button on the side of the shoe for 1 or 2 seconds. Number 2, checking battery status. Press both buttons together. Even if I do that, it doesn't provide the percentage of each battery like in the app. It only tells me if they're charged or about to die. Adjusting your fit. Press the plus and minus buttons on your shoes to tighten or loosen the laces. With the app, I simply slide the R and L up and down. Pretty cool, but now I have to put the kicks on, then bend down to adjust the left shoe, and bend down again to adjust the right shoe. And if I don't save my fit, it will simply auto-adjust when I start walking, which would defeat the purpose. I know this all sounds petty, but this is not what I signed up for, and it's not what I paid for. To save your fit, press and hold both buttons at the same time to save your shoe's current fit. If you'd like to adjust the fit and save a new one, repeat steps 3 and 4. Seriously? On the app, I have the option to save multiple fits, maybe one for running, maybe one for walking, etc. Now, we're limited to save only 1 fit at a time. Again, this is not what I paid for, and I feel like I was scammed. Unlacing your shoes. Bend down and press the minus button on one shoe, then the minus button on the other shoe. With the app, I simply swipe with my thumb to unlace them, or even better, I instruct Siri to unlace them for me hands-free. But not anymore, because that's going away. Hey Siri, release my shoes. To add insult to injury, Nike goes on to tell us that as long as we never update the operating systems on our phones and never get a new phone, the app will still work. Really? I will eventually have no choice but to update my operating system, and someday I will have to get a new phone, and when I do, the tech features I paid a lot of money for will be gone. And as a result, parts of the shoe I paid for will be gone. How is this fair on any level? Also, I noticed in their press release that we will no longer be able to do the crazy light shows anymore, which is a lot of people's favorite part of the kicks and maybe the whole reason they bought them. Sometimes I wear them during holidays and customize the light show for specific events, but that's impossible without the app. To put it all into perspective, imagine you paid a bunch of money for a car because you love their self-driving feature. Then one day they randomly announced that they're going to remove the self-driving feature from your vehicle. Now you might be thinking, but that's the whole reason I bought the car. How does this make any sense? And how is this fair to any consumer? Put simply, it's not fair. From my perspective, Nike wanted to be all cool and tech forward and got behind the movement when it came to sales, profit, and exposure to new demographics. But now that the shoes have been sold and they made all their profits, now they don't want to commit to simple app maintenance? Free advice for Nike. Don't make a tech play and don't charge us the insane prices you charge if you can't commit to basic software updates. It's par for the course when working in tech, and you should have known that. So what's next? Are they going to announce that they're removing the Air from every pair of Air Max sold in the last 5 years? That would be crazy, but that's basically what they're doing. It's not that difficult or super expensive to maintain a relatively simple app that has already been designed, developed, tested, and deployed. It's minor maintenance that Nike is completely unwilling to do for us, and that's what makes me mad. They should, in my opinion, offer everyone the option to get their money back, but we know they won't do that. If I'm being real, I would probably still buy their products, and they know that, which is why they're being so bold. But I promise this, any chance I get to buy a Nike alternative, I will be strongly encouraged to do so. Side note, this also sucks for any resellers because as soon as that app is removed from the App Store, all those Adapt kicks on the resale market are going to lose a lot of value. Before I go, let me say, I am fully aware this is a first world problem and there are much, much bigger issues in the world that people are dealing with. I totally get that. Nonetheless, it is still a problem and I can't help but feel tricked and scammed by a company I've been very loyal to. Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you're as mad as I am, please share this video and write a letter to Nike Corporate. To make it easier, I left a corporate link in the description below. In closing, I don't like making negative videos, but I can't help but feel like a sucker with 2 pairs of very expensive, soon-to-be obsolete sneakers. It's definitely not cool, and suing them for my money back wouldn't make any sense, but I'm curious for any lawyers out there. Is this grounds for a class action lawsuit? I have no idea, but I'm just saying. I'm sure there are thousands of disappointed customers that might be more than happy to sign it. It's a stupid problem to have, but I'd sign it on principle alone. If you own a pair of Adapt sneakers, my best advice to you is to make all your phone updates prior to August 2024, so you can at least be able to use the app on your phone for as long as possible. Anyway, that's my video on the retirement of the Nike Adapt app. I hope you found it informative on some level. If you did, please drop a like and consider subscribing for more of my videos. You can also check me out on Instagram and TikTok for random content. Thank you again for watching, and until next time, stay safe, everyone. Peace.
In 95, Nike was the king of the game. They were the kicks that made the whole world change. But little did we know there was a scheme in play. They were plotting something gonna take our breath away. Fast forward to the day, they got us in a grip. With the Adapt app, thought it was a hip trip. But now they're pulling back, no longer on the shelf. Nike, you gotta do better, stop playing yourself. Nike, what you doing to us? Robbing our pockets, breaking our trust. Nike, it's time to make a change. Keep Adapt alive and face the fallout range.